What up, YouTube? Asian Persuasion. We're here with the boys. We got Slim.
What's up, guys?
We already know this man, Jake. And our boy over here, Piper. Yes, sir. And we're here with who? And we're here at YCS Niagara Falls. And what'd you do today?
You're also here with Team Bag. Team Bag.
Big Apple Gaming.
I'm Isaiah Houston, and I got top 32 at YCS Niagara. Third YCS top in a row.
Oh,
Back to back.
Good job.
So I was actually scrambling before the event. I was thinking about maybe playing Runic Spright or pure Runics. I can't believe I stooped that low, right? But I was talking to my man here, Saji. He was like, "Yo, I was won 21 in a row on Dueling. I'm like, what are you playing? Like, what's the sauce? He's like, the same regional list. The same list that he got first place at Game Destroyers region. I'm like, all right, let me try that. So it's pretty much the same list, and I'm gonna go into it. It's just, for normal summons, just 3 Diva, 3 Swap, and Ronin. Never drew Ronin today, that was pretty good.
What do you mean? Ronan's broken.
It's the best one.
Swap Ronan broken.
So these were good. When you open this, like, this just helps you go into like access code, going second. Like if they stop
so
this,
many lines like Slaying Access. Like nobody plays those cards, but it's like very good for me.
it was pretty good. This is the card you want to see every game though, because when you open this, you're able to play around everything. You don't care about nib too much. You don't care about imperm too much. You just go. This is the other best cards. The 3 blue and the 3 jet. And then the 1-ofs. So 1 red, 1 carrot, 1 pixies. I was on red, 2 red for a while, but that's because I was always searching another starter off of jet. But because I didn't want to auto lose to maybe getting like blown out in the mirror. I just started searching smashers. So like 1 red was like fine. And then I played a boatload of hand traps. So I played 3 Imperm, 3 Ash. Since it's like a big event, Ash is fine, but I started this out in the tier mirror match, I mean tier matchup, because it's not too good. Like Ash and Kick Hollows doesn't really like do enough. But if they're on punk tiers, I keep this in because you just want to be able to stop like Zay if you have to, like Foxy at times, E-Telly, because that just does so much. So I just keep in all the hand traps, and I side into more. 3 nib, this card was crazy. If you actually don't go for smashers and you want starters for follow-up because you're afraid of Dark Ruler, like having these are still fine, because in the mirror match, like when you have the Zeus, you already play into nib. So this is a card that is gonna guarantee not gonna full combo you. And the same thing with Ash. So they'll like go Zeus, no effect, and they'll blow up the board. Probably you'll set it with Toad, and then they'll go starter and you have Ash. And then 2 Valor, 1 Ogre. You'll see why 1 Ogre. Because we played Gamma and E-Telly. So one thing I didn't like about Spright was the only extender past the normal that they had was starter. So I took the high risk, high reward of playing the 3 Gamma with the E-Telly. If I open like going second, like any combination of these with like a normal, like this just plays through. Like I don't need Dark Moon in the mirror. There was a time where like I opened up these 2, Diva, like swap, and like I destroyed his whole board, and he was playing Adventure. I didn't even start it yet. I just summoned this after baiting everything out. I go into Water Charmer, take his toe, and I started, and that was game. And then the 1 smashers, Korbai. I never play without this card in my deck. And then there's 2 pot.
The only change from the regional list was we took out 1 Ogre for Callby because he refuses to play without it. I actually prefer the next hand trap and siding in Callby. Just because like I believe like you need to stop the board as much as you can. Also like I found myself this weekend, because like E-Telly and stuff never stopping boards, you have to break the boards like E-Telly and things like that. But when I had the extra hand trap, I just felt like I was drawing broken. I was drawing like 3 hand trap B with blue. It was but with Callby it's a little awkward. I always drew Korbai going first, so that was optimal for me. And then I didn't lose a single mirror match. I played like 4. I played like 3 Evil Twins and 1 Adventure, and I destroyed all of them. Like most of them was 2-0. I think all of them was 2-0 actually, because I just drew like hand traps. So that was good.
this deck is only as good as when you hand trap your opponent. So like this deck, if you don't know how to hand trap like two elements, you don't know how to hand trap in general, like this deck is not playable. And then for the extra deck, it's a totally awesome card. 3 gigantic, 3 elves. This is pure, and then both charmers, Hulk. Celine access. So a lot of times like you'll bait things with like Hulk Celine access, and then you go into this and have started for game.
This is actually just bait. So that's why we still run Diva, because you add it back with Toad. Then on turn 3, you use Diva to make access code. They have to respond with cards, and then you OTK them with Pixies and Phoenix. So you just bridge into this, like with Elf. Yeah, that's what you do. So you go Diva into Access, and then you'll go Access and another monster into Elf, Elf into another monster, then make Gigantic, Blue, Jet, Pixies.
And another reason why we're playing Nib, like if you nib your opponent, like you can give them like a 6k beat stick. You put it in attack. You attack with Pixies. And Phoenix. Do 15, and then 16 plus 15. That's 75k. So in total, that's 95 damage.
That's a lot.
This is the chess tech.
So yeah, I like having this option, this or a Cash Shark, just because you want your starter to be able to push for game. And if you're not playing cards like this, your starter like can't push for game. There's a few things I missed here and there. Like these are more so like the mandatory cards, right? And then like everything else is.
I think you can cut this.
Everything else is optional because.
I think you cut this, and low key this. Low key, but not really. I still like that.
I lost the game simply because. So this is my normal pot banish, right? These cards go away. No, this stays. This has to stay. So these go away, and then I potted for 6, right? But I normally keep this because I need to make a 3200 gigantic without going into elf. So I lost the game because the third elf came up, going second, which it never came up for me. That was one of my losses in Swiss. But this is normally the 5 cards I banish, and then I'll probably, like if I'm playing this exact list, like choosing like between these cards here. Everything was pretty good. Only thing I missed at times was like a sweeper against like Tears. I think Mannequin Cat is crazy, especially in the mirror match. Like if it goes to a grind game, just being able to have that card to get you into your engine is pretty good on either player's turn. I got cherries once. That was the only time I missed cards like IP, like disruption from the extra deck. A lot of times, like your engine is so strong, you have so much follow up that hand shots will normally get you there. And they did. And then the 3 crow. So I sat out the ashes against Tier, just put in the crows. This is good going first and second. It's the only other monster I played. Just gotta play it, you know. Also played 3 Lightning Storm, 1 Smashers, 1 Duster for back row decks like Plunder and the Reboot. This is the God card. I never drew it though. I played against mostly meta, so I never like needed it. But I decided
for Tier.
Honestly, like if I don't really care about Eradicator because I play like 9 spells in the main, so I just side out the pots and I put in like these. So like I never side like if they eradicated me, it's not like doing much. Now if they deck devy me, that's different. Yeah. But I don't expect most people to be on deck devy.
But it's also like the paleo trap now.
The paleo trap is crazy, but that's why I have these.
Yeah.
So. And then I used to the spice. There was 2 warning.
It's a spice.
So this is really good. It's just like we basically play 4 smashers in the mirror match. 2 are searchable and 2 are unsearchable. And like I think this should have been D barrier, but I just played the same exact list from the regional list.
The reason I kept with this card, so I cut this for a long time, but then like everyone was on econ, and then me and him were like, how do you play on econ? And it's like you lose. So the only way you play around it is to warning the normal, and then you have Toad for the next thing. So it's just broken. So like it plays around every random thing. And against Tier, you still side it in because like against Tier, I normally don't respond to any Tier elements. I think Tier elements cards are just like a means to an end, which are links. So you're just warning the links.
Hits the runic cards too.
Yeah, every single runic spell gets negated. Yes. We sided hard for that because of the anti spells and the warnings.
Like you said it, and then like hope they don't have the MST. Like just
Yeah,
chain
set
it.
warning, activate storm.
Never came up, but it probably should have been Cosmics because like hitting Sulik is crazy. I wanted to side evenly, but we went with the Storms last second. It was fun. And then this was the best card all day. I sided against the Mirror too because a lot of people are on like the Evil Twin and Adventures. So like, and then we're playing like Super Poly. So like, if you side those, that doesn't do anything. Also, one person, game 3, told me to go first. I was like, okay, Diva, Blue, extend handshake. So yeah, so you play around Super Poly, and then you go draw phase, anything, anti-spell, then you can free to do whatever. You give it a Super Poly, give it an Econ, give it a Dark Ruler, the whole Brave Engine is dead, you don't lose the core buy on a Toad, and now the only play is like Zeus, and you have out to that. Because your spells are live that you set. Same thing, even against your element, you stop a lot of stuff that would normally beat you. And if you respond to like, sometimes I was told in dangers, like I'll just negate the dangers.
If you draw this, you told dangers.
And then it just becomes a Reinhardt pass deck at that time, like Reinhardt Shaylin, and then those get stopped by the hand traps. So this was the list.
You drew hand traps, toad, and anti-spell?
Nice, bro.
No wonder you top, bro.
So you got any shout outs, brother?
Yeah, shout out Team Bag. Shout out my YouTube channel, Ground Game YGL. Check out, we're gonna do an in-depth video on how to like hand trap 2 elements and just in general. That'd be pretty fun. Also shout out to everybody that helped me test and get ready for the event. Couldn't have done it without them. And shout out for you guys.
Oh, appreciate you.
Thanks, bro.
Congratulations, knocked out 32, bro.
Take care.